Hi, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the campus of Case Western Reserve University, specifically DiSanto Field. Here, the home of the Spartans for today's Division III women's college soccer. It's the Case Western Reserve University Spartans, ranked number 14 in the country, currently in Division III, hosting the University of Rochester. Rochester comes in ranked 28th. They have received votes in the top 25, which puts them at 28. Case Western, 7 wins, 1 loss, 4 ties this year. University of Rochester, 8 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. Both teams play in the University Athletic Association. And the Spartans are off to an 0-1-1 start. Their only loss in their last game, they lost to Emory. They lost 2-0. If you look at what Rochester has done so far in the University Athletic Association, they are 1-1, and their only loss coming at home to Carnegie Mellon. Rochester in their traveling deep blue with gold. Case Western Reserve in their home white, and the Spartans will start this soccer game on a splendid, sunny Saturday afternoon or late morning here in northeastern Ohio. If you look at what Case Western comes into today's game with, and you take a look at their starting lineup, their midfielders are Cece DePino, Mackenzie Mueller, Julia Flynn, Jamie Goldfarb, along with Sydney Shank. Forwards today for Case Western, Alexis Sassauer and Molly Shama. Rochester trying to control the ball in the Spartan end. Defenders for Case Western today, Katie Rischel, Kinsley Gutman, and Kaylee Bannock. In goal, as always, it's Maggie Storty. And Maggie with the soccer ball at her feet right now. I say as always because if you look at Maggie's season this year, she has played 1,058 minutes and 8 seconds. Ellie Pialian has played 21 minutes, 52 seconds. So Maggie Storty has played all but 21 minutes of all the soccer matches so far this year for Case Western. And it's pretty much her career she has done that. Some contact at midfield. Rochester will control the soccer ball. If you look at the Rochester Yellow Jackets lineup today, Sydney Holmes is a forward, Natalie Santangelo a forward, Rhea Kunderan forward, and Claire Grover. Their midfielders go like this: Maya Bravo, Natalie Kosis, and Cece Vasallo. And their defenders are Claudia Ferreira, Emma Cohen, and Remy Cherkis. Grace Kuropatkin is in goal for Rochester. Spartans control the ball. Rochester this year, statistically speaking, if you look at what they've been able to do as that Spartan defense continues to stay strong, they have 23 goals this year in 12 games. Now they've got 99 shots on goal. They've made 23 of them, which is a pretty good percentage. It's eerily similar to what Case Western Reserve has done statistically. The Spartans, 23 goals. Spartans have played 12 games. Rochester trying to find the spacing right now, and that Spartan defense, which has been good all season long, remains strong in this early going. So they're going to back this one up. Storty will control the direction of play. Julia Flynn, near side. Flynn's over here with Molly Shama. Shama wears 23. Julia's got the ball in her hands. That is Shama. Spartans in their own end, or I should say on the Rochester end, will really try to work the ball. Alexis Sassauer and Molly Shama are the two leading scorers, goal-scoring-wise. They both have 5. Cece DePino is in there as well. Cece wears number 5. DePino with 3 goals herself this year. Ball in the middle of the field. Shama, left foot. It's a big day here today at DiSanto Field. 3 games will be played on this field throughout the day. Of course, the women playing right now. The men will match up with the University of Rochester at 1:30. And then tonight at 6 o'clock, the Spartan football team hosts Teal. Now, soccer, historically, traditionally, low scoring. You could see a scoreless tie. You could see a 1-1 tie. Tonight, I guarantee you, in the football game, it will not be low scoring. That Spartan football team averages over 50 points per contest, and they're undefeated. So if you like scoring, the first 2 games of the day may not be the ones to attend, but that nightcap, the 6 o'clock kickoff, that will be the one to be here if you like to see the ball move up and down the field. Rochester in the Spartan end. Case Western this year defensively. Their opponents have only scored 9 times. 9 times in 12 games. Rochester trying to put themselves in a position to get a shot on goal. Santangelo centers, and the header is just a swing and a miss. That was Claire Grover from Santangelo. Great setup from Santangelo, and Grover just missed it. Rochester comes into today's game 8-2-2, as the Spartans and Julia Flynn are going to try to get that ball out of their own end. They lost their last game. They lost to Carnegie Mellon at home, and the Tartans shut them out 2-0. Rochester has had 4 games this year, though, where they have scored 3 or more goals. So in their 12 games, 4 of those games, they've scored 3 or more times. Scoreless so far in this one. Storty shading her eyes from the sun and clears it out for the Spartans. The biggest scoring effort that the Yellow Jackets have had this year is against Buffalo State, where they shut out Buffalo State 6-0. On the flip side, if you look at Case Western Reserve, they started their year with a 5-0 win over Kenyon, and then midway through this season so far, they beat Mount Union in a game right here at DiSanto Field, and that was another 5-0 score. So both teams have the ability to put the ball in the net. Obviously, that is dictated by the competitive level of the defenders they're playing, and Rochester right now doing a really nice job of keeping Case in their own end. A lot of the activity has been on the Spartan side of the field so far. Storty hasn't had to defend a shot on goal, but there's been a lot of activity in her end. University Athletic Association play so far this year. If you take a look at the current standings as we play in this game today, and getting some attention on the sideline for Case Western is Jamie Goldfarb. Jamie wears number 20. She is in front of the Spartan bench, or actually right at midfield. If you look at the 50 and you go right toward the benches, that's Jamie. And she's being attended to by the Spartan medical staff. I don't know if she's got a bloody nose the way she's holding her nose. Looks like maybe she's got a bloody nose. But while they attend to that, let's talk about that UAA. The standings right now, Washington University is number one not only in the UAA, they're number one in the country right now. 13-0-1, 14 matches, 13 wins, 1 tie. Carnegie Mellon, who's facing Emory today, is 2-0. And Carnegie Mellon on the year is ranked 4th in the nation. 2 of the top 4 teams in the entire country play in the UAA. Wash U at number 1 and the Tartans of Carnegie Mellon at number 4. Spartans trying to win the ball back, and they will. Limited activity in front of either team's net so far in the early minutes of this one. Kinsley Gutman clears it back to her goalie, Storty. And here come the Spartans. Ball in the middle of the field. CeCe DePino with it. DePino will chase it down. Julia Flynn up with her left foot. Now with her right. And try to clear that pass to Sydney Shank. Shot from the left side by Molly Shama. If you look at the Spartans offensively, Shama with 5 goals and assists, she's got 11 points this year. Alexis Sassauer's got 5 goals and 3 assists. She's got 13 points this year. Sassauer forward. This is Shama with it. Had it and lost it. Remy Cherkis will throw it in for Rochester. This is Julia Flynn for the Spartans. Abby Welker trying to get the ball back. She does. In the middle of the field, it was DePino. CeCe had it, lost it. Yellow Jackets with it. DePino again. Rochester defense has been outstanding so far. Bannock will kick it back to Maggie Storty. Far corner. Spartans with the ball. Sassauer gets it taken away. Case Western will keep it. And Sassauer will hand it off to her teammate. So Case Western will set up. Scoreless game so far. Sassauer's out top with Abby Welker. Pass in front of the net. Sassauer back toward the net. DePino with a header. Flynn calls for it. Julia will get it. Shama had it, lost it. Spartans will keep it. Flynn will inbound it. Jamie Goldfarb comes in for Case Western, a junior midfielder. Goldfarb from White House Station, New Jersey. Abby Welker will get the rest. With that ball on her hip is the goalkeeper, Grace Kuropatkin. Kuropatkin in 12 games has played over 1,000 minutes. She has been dominant in goal, just as dominant as Storty has been for the Spartans, time-wise. They are both cemented in between the pipes. Lately, and I say lately meaning the last almost month, if you head all the way back to the Wittenberg game on the 28th of September, the Spartans have really struggled to score. This is DePino with a headshot. If you look at what Case Western has done, they lost their last match 2-0, shutout against Emory. Scored just a goal and a tie against NYU. Scored just a goal and a win over Ohio Wesleyan. 1 goal and that tie to Wittenberg. So the goals have been, well, they haven't been very frequent. And so far this late morning, neither team has really had a legitimate shot on goal. The defenses have owned the field. Rochester will have it. Good matchup today with Washington University and NYU. The Violets are at the Bears in St. Louis. And I say good matchup because WashU's 2-0 in league play, NYU's 1-0-1. NYU ranks 17th in the country. As Rochester controls the University Athletic Association. So there are 8 teams that play women's soccer in the UAA. And of those 8, 7 of them are ranked in the top 28 in the country. Lead pass. Storty's going to come up, and Maggie will clear it out. Storty up to Shama. Spartans with a break. And running it off, doing a nice job defensively is Remy Cherkis. Cherkis really hustled back. So Case Western will set up for a corner kick. So it's Alexis Sassauer who will kick it. Sassauer on the season leads the team with 3 assists. Rochester will win the ball. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Back to that UAA for a moment. I said 7 of the 8 teams that play women's soccer in the UAA are ranked in the top 28. It goes like this. WashU number 1, Carnegie Mellon number 4. Spartans, the home team today, ranked 14th, NYU 17th. Brandeis 20. Emory 23, who knocked off Case Western just a week ago. And then the University of Rochester on the field today with the Spartans ranked 28th. So if you play soccer in the UAA, you are representing nationally. Everybody but Chicago is ranked in the top 28. This is Storty again. almost halfway through this first period. Corner kick for Rochester. Natalie Santangelo. Santangelo will line it up with the left foot. In front of the net. Beautiful activity and a save by DePino. CC DePino got in there with her right foot and cleared it out. That is the first legitimate anxious moment for either team in front of the net. Boy, the play of CC DePino. She was in the right place at the right time. Middle of the field. Mueller. Left side. This is Sassauer. Spartans got it to the player they wanted. Their leading scorer, Alexis Sassauer. It's pretty tight at the top for the Spartans. They've got 5 players with more than 2 goals. Sassauer's got 5. Shama's got 5. Then you got Sydney Shank with 3. CC DePino with 3. And Jamie Goldfarb has 2. Trying to run it down for Case Western and will. Well, Flynn's going to let her teammate, goalkeeper Storty, control it. Maggie going to take a look at the field, and it's a beautiful field. A wonderful setting here today at DiSanto Field at Case Western Reserve. As you can see, there are dormitory buildings, or maybe you didn't know they were dormitory buildings. The buildings that are in the shot are dormitory buildings for students here at Case Western. So just a great opportunity if you're a student living in those dorms and you like sports, it's the setting to be. And today, all day, you'll be entertained. Women's game now, men's game will follow at 1:30. DePino got knocked down. Knocking her down was Rhea Kunderan. So Cece will mark it on the football field at about the 33-yard line. Everybody running. Case Western will keep it. They'll have a corner kick. Sassauer will do it again. Alexis out of Chicago, Illinois. She's going to get it back. Strong approach in front of the net. Headshot! And saved. Curl Patkin. Grace got the one-hopper. Scoreless game. Spartans will keep it. Left side with it is Mueller. Flynn tries to control. It's kicked out. Flynn hit the turf. Spartans will have the soccer ball. So Julia Flynn will throw it in. Flynn, the junior from Columbus, Dublin Kaufman High School. Spartans trying to control out top. Mueller in the middle of a lot of Yellow Jackets. DePino had it, knocked down, lost it. Here comes Rochester. And on the long run will be Bannock. Kaylee's going to clear that to Storty. Maggie brings it the other way. Kunderin tried to cross it. Spartan stole it. This is Sassauer. Alexis. Lead pass will be picked. Ferreira has it midfield for Rochester, working against Tapino. She'll clear it back to Emma Cohen. Rhea Kunderin chasing it down. Kunderin in the corner. Flynn with defense, and this is Storty with a short hop save. Actually, it's just a pickup. I think there's really only been one technical shot on goal by either team. Both came on corner kick attempts. I can't tell the number on the player that's down on the field right now for the Spartans, but there has been a stoppage of play. And now we'll get a better look. I don't know if it's cramp. So both teams get a momentary break. That's Gutman. Kinsley Gutman walking off, and that's a good sign that Kinsley's going off under her own strength. Scoreless first period. There are 21 minutes and 12 seconds left in it. Both teams in their last match shut out. So both teams looking for their first goal in a while. Spartans looking for their first goal since the beginning of the month. And we are more than midway through the month of October. CWRU House down the game for the Spartans from Revere High School. Not too far away, down in Akron. Flynn trying to get the ball back for Case Western. Rochester will have it. They'll have the corner kick. Sydney Holmes will set up. Holmes in the corner. She'll set up for the left footer. The left foot lead for Rochester. And here it is. Activity in front of the goal. Hit the crossbar. Boy, a real opportunity missed. Natalie Santangelo put up a great shot. And the only thing that stood in the way of her and a goal was the crossbar. She hit it, hit it rock solid. Santangelo with it. Clears it and kicks it into the side of the net. Santangelo on the season for Rochester is their leading scorer. She's got 5 goals. Nobody's got more than 5. She's the only one. 3 assists. She's got 13 points. She almost had her 6th goal. Nakashima working middle of the field. Rochester will lose it. Here come Case Western. And the Yellow Jackets will get it back. Olivia Gino will throw it in. Holmes with it, lost it. DePino will try to run this one down. The Yellow Jackets will control it. Out near midfield. Spartans will get it back for a moment. Whistle away from play, and Case Western will have the ball. CWRU House has it, and she'll give it over to her teammate, Kaylee Bannock. So Bannock, the sophomore, will set up for the kick. CWRU House and Bannock out top. This is Bannock with it. Crossing pass, front of the net. Nice defense by Case Western. Storty came out, didn't have to go all the way because Katie Rischel saved her. Katie Rischel in front of the net, the senior defender from Pittsburgh, doing a real nice job. Shama, far side of the field. Yellow Jackets are going to get that one back. Well, Molly Shama has it. You got to pay attention because short of Alexis Sassauer, Molly is the most prolific scorer on this team. 5 goals, an assist. She's got 11 points. 10 goals scored by Sassauer and Shama combined. So they have nearly half of the goals scored on this team this year. Spartans with 23. Now in their 12th match. This is DePino with it. Sassauer. It's a shank. Sydney, left footer. Activity still in front of the net. CWRU House had it, lost it. Spartans will keep it. Sydney Shank ran into a double team. Here comes Rochester. DePino on that far side of the field. Controlling it for Rochester in goal, Grace Kuropakin. Kuropakin in a little trouble back there. Coming up and being a minor pest that time for the Spartans was Sydney Shank. CWRU House will throw it in. Sassauer went off the shoulder blade of Alexis, I think, so Rochester will have it. Claire Boehm and Lauren Blanche come in for the Yellow Jackets. Checking out for Rochester will be Maya Bravo along with Rhea Kunderan. Abby Welker back in for Case Western. Spartans with it. Pino out top. Here comes Rochester. 14 minutes left in this first period. Yellow Jackets trying to find Santangelo again. Natalie running in her forward spot on that right side. And the Yellow Jackets with an opportunity here. Walking out, ready to kick, Claudia Ferreira. Claudia wearing number 30. First-year player out of Gillette, New Jersey. Boy, that defensive front, the front three for the Spartans took one in the chest, but a goal averted. You heard the groan. I think you heard the groan. Maybe you heard the groan. Rochester has traveled well today. So that opportunity wasted, or if you're a Spartan, that opportunity denied. Rochester with a clear. With it, Santangelo. Right shot. Goal! Natalie Santangelo had an opening, took it, and made the most of it. So Natalie Santangelo with her 6th goal of the year. This her 13th game. Puts the Yellow Jackets on top. 1-0. And the way these two teams have been playing, heading into today's match, that goal could stand up. I mean, obviously, the second period is in front of us and almost 12 minutes left in this first period, but it has been a struggle. And Rochester really has kind of, at least owned the offensive end opportunity-wise, I would say, in this first period. Spartans trying to get it back. And there's an absolute shove in the back by Rochester. Hitting the field was Jamie Goldfarb. So this will be DePino. Spartan set up far side. DePino with the ball near side. In goal, Kuropatkin for Rochester. DePino in the middle. And the Yellow Jackets are going to, for the moment, clear this one out. Julia Flynn and Kaylee Bannock will chase it down for Case Western. Back to the middle. This is DePino. Saruhouse with it out top. Spartans down 1-0. 6th goal of the year for Santangelo for Rochester just moments ago. Almost 40 minutes into this opening period here from DiSanto Field. Sid Coggins comes in for Rochester, along with her teammate Jordan Kowalkowski. Kowalkowski, a midfielder, senior from Lower Burrell, Pennsylvania, and Coggins, a senior from Norwich, New York. Saruhouse steals the ball at the foot of the Yellow Jackets. Spartan's going to kick it back to Storty, and Maggie's going to put everything in place. Storty surveys the field, and here comes Case Western. Flynn hadn't lost it. They'll say Julia will be able to throw it in. Shama far side, going to try to run this one down. Whistle goes against Hana Nagashima. Ryman, left side of CWRU House. And working on that sideline and losing the soccer ball is Taylor Brackett. Brackett wears number 6. Taylor, first-year forward out of Barrington, Illinois. Up and over the head of Abby Welker. Eight minutes left, opening period. It's 1-0 Rochester. 4 minutes ago, the Yellow Jackets, Natalie Santangelo, scored the game's only goal. Way out front, way out front comes Grace Kuropatkin. There is a little bit of anxiety amongst the Yellow Jacket faithful on that play. Kuropatkin, a senior, and a senior that dominates minutes in the net. So obviously she feels comfortable in every move she makes. Crossing pass, activity, and no shot. So Rochester's going to have it. Clock ticking on this first period. We're inside 7 minutes. Brackett trying to get that ball back for Case Western, and Taylor will. Spartans are going to have the throw in. This is DePino. CWRU House. Cat with it. And clears it back to Bannock. Spartans will work it all the way across the field. Julia Flynn at midfield. And at DePino, footer goes out of play, but the Spartans will keep it. Little give and go off the inbound. Julia Flynn will throw it in. Flynn and Goldfarb out top. This is Goldfarb. Brackett with it, left side. Taylor in the corner. It will be CWRU House. Cat with the throw-in. DePino looking for a teammate. Trying to keep the ball. Rochester takes it. Well, the Yellow Jackets with a beautiful pass to their talented scorer, Natalie Santangelo, 8 minutes ago. And Santangelo buried the shot in the back of the net. It's the game's only goal. Welker running into a double team. That Yellow Jacket defense continues to be impressive. Cat with a header. Trying to trace it down is Case Western's Taylor Brackett. Brackett and CWRU on this near sideline. Cat with it. They'll bring it all the way back. Bannock will kick it over to Storty. Maggie will take it from near side to far side. DiPino trying to win the ball in the middle. Rochester with a shot, and it's right in the gut of Maggie Storty. The goal that Maggie gave up, I mean, it's a rarity. She had 44 saves coming into today and had given up only 9 goals in 12 games. When I say she has given them up, obviously it's a team thing, it's a defensive thing, but at the end of the day, the goalie gets the stat next to her name. And Storty, over her career here at Case, has been unbelievably awesome. Maggie's going to come all the way out and control this one. Brackett, left side. It's a corner kick for Case Western. It will be Taylor Brackett. Spartans averaging over 5 corner kicks per game. Brackett with a real nice lead pass on that corner kick. Activity in the box, and Rochester's going to bring it out. You got to give the Yellow Jackets credit. On those corner kicks, their defense has been outstanding. One minute, 10 seconds left, first period. Spartans down a goal. It's 1-0 Rochester. Case Western would love nothing more than to steal a goal here in the final seconds of this opening period. CWRU wants it quickly, gets it in. Cat will have it back. She's got Brackett with her, along with Mueller and DiPino. Spartans will keep it. CC with the throw-in. DiPino, pass in the middle, and a headshot, or at least to have an opportunity up and over the head of Carolyn Couturis. 10 seconds left in this opening period, and this will wrap it up. Rochester will just hold on to it. And that's the end of the first period. 1 goal, one and only one, and it came on the foot of the Rochester Yellow Jackets. Their leading goal scorer this year, Natalie Santangelo. With 12 minutes and 10 seconds left in that opening period, Santangelo scored the goal for Rochester, and that's where we stand at halftime. Take a timeout, 15-minute break. We'll be back with the second half. Second period is underway here at DiSanto Field. It's a Rochester 1-0 lead after one period. The only goal so far this afternoon scored in the near 33rd minute by Santangelo for Rochester. It was Natalie's 6th goal of the season. She leads the Yellow Jackets in goals scored. That's been it. Rochester in that opening period, as they control the ball now as we start the second, had 7 shots on goal. Spartans had just 3. Rochester doubled them plus a little bit more. Shama with it for Case Western. Shank will control it. Shama with the left foot lead, and Rochester will get it out. Spartans, no. Rochester with a good run, and run off by the Spartan defender, Jamie Goldfarb. Maggie Storty had 2 saves in that opening period. She'll kick it in for the Spartans. Storty played all 45 minutes, so did her counterpart, Grace Kuropatkin. Kuropatkin had 1 save. Far side, Spartans. Sassauer with it. Alexis in front of the goal. Shama's there. And Rochester will bring it back out. Spartans had a good setup. Their top 2 goal scorers, their top 2 points leaders in front of the net, Sassauer and Shama. But Rochester, as they have done all afternoon, they have denied Case Western time and time again. Spartans with 23 goals on the season, but they have scored only 3 in now their last 4 games. About 8.5 minutes into the second period. This is Shama with the inbound. Rischel to DePino. Cece trying to chase it down, so is Katie Rischel. Claire Grover trying to get it back for Rochester, loses it. Maggie Storty comes out. Sassauer far side along with Shank. Sidney trying to keep the ball. Julia Flynn will throw it in. Shank with position. Open teammate. Spartans looking to set up to Pino. Flynn, long shot. Diving save by Grace Kuropatkin. Never really a threat, though. Kaylee Bannock looks for a teammate and finds one on the far side of the field. It's Julia Flynn. Here comes Rochester. Mueller on defense, trying to get that soccer ball back. Rochester very patient. Spacing is outstanding. They are in control, and just as I say that, Lauren Blanche kicks it out of play. DePino and Gutman and Sydney Shank far side. Cece trying to get it back, does. Sassauer took off, so did Shama. Spartans couldn't get the ball to their top two scorers. Midfield kick for the Yellow Jackets. Maggie Storty comes up, little head shot, gets by Storty, and it's the second goal of the afternoon for the Yellow Jackets. That's Claire Grover off the side of her head, and it's 2-0 Rochester. How about that? So that Claire Grover goal comes with about 13 minutes gone in the second period. The assist, I believe, will go to Emma Cohen. Cohen had the kick at midfield that just turned into a beauty, and Grover finished it. So for Grover, that is Claire's 5th goal of the year. There have been 2 goal scorers for Rochester today, and they have been the top 2 scorers statistically for the season for the Yellow Jackets. Natalie Santangelo and Claire Grover. Santangelo with her 6th goal, Grover with her 5th goal. And Rochester has been in control of this soccer match the entire afternoon. .13 minutes, now 13:30 into the second period of play. It is a triple header day of action on DiSanto Field today. The women's soccer match, the men will follow at 1:30, and then the football team plays tonight. The men play Rochester, and then the football team tonight plays Teal. If you look at the UAA, and I talked about it a little bit in that first period, it's just like competition at the top shelf. These teams just beat each other up. 7 of the 8 UAA teams ranked in the top 28, 2 in the top 4. Spartans ranked 14th. Rochester, their opponent this afternoon, ranked 28th. Case Western started UAA play a week ago, and they lost to Emory. And Emory was ranked 23rd. Case Western is 14th in the country. Sassauer trying to chase it down, doesn't get it. Spartans will keep it. This is DePino with some nice footwork. The 2 goals scored so far by the Yellow Jackets are the most, and the Spartans have done this a couple of times, but they have never given up in a game this year more than 2 goals. And they've given up only 2 goals in 3 of the games played so far, including one most recently against Emory. They knocked off Puget Sound early in the season, all the way back beginning of September. They won 3-2, so they gave up 2 goals then. They did not give up more than 1 from that point on all the way until last week or 5 days ago against Emory when they lost 2-0. And that's what the score is right now. Sassauer had it. Here come the Spartans. And Rochester will get it and clear it out. Case Western looking for an opportunity. Doing a nice job on that back end for Rochester is Emma Cohen. Cohen, a defender. She's got the only assist on the afternoon, the assist on the goal by Grover. Natalie Santangelo's goal in the first period was unassisted. This is Flynn from way out. And it's up and over the crossbar. Yellow Jackets will bring it up the field. And it's a foot race right now for the soccer ball. Storty cleared to her. Maggie sends it out near midfield. DePino in the middle of the field. Near side, this is Shama. Kate Rischel, Katie looking left. That Yellow Jacket defense, every time Case Western looks like they're headed for an opportunity, the Yellow Jackets snuff it out. 20 minutes gone in this second period. It's 2-0 Rochester. Hannah Nagashima comes in for Rochester. CC Vasallo is also in for the Yellow Jackets. Rochester has been very patient today, willing to just space out, control the ball best they can, and wait for opportunities. Claudia Ferreira will throw it in for Rochester. Behind her is her teammate Emma Cohen, but she goes forward. Holmes with it. Rochester will set it up and reverse the field. And that one sails out of bounds. So Kuropatkin, the goalkeeper, with a rare error. Abby Welker checks back in for Case Western. Welker wears number 38. Checking out will be Sydney Schenk. And coming in for the Yellow Jackets, number 6, Claire Bame. Shama and Rischel. This is Shama in the corner. And good work by Shama. Ball still in play. Shama tying it up with Claudia Ferreira. Rochester will have the ball. Well, almost a beautiful setup. A little back foot pass by Natalie Santangelo that didn't quite happen, but it would have been beautiful. Maggie Storty will survey the field. She'll choose right side, and here come Case Western Reserve. Welker tried to chase it down. Ball in the middle of the field. Welker still in play. And no signal yet. Wow. Spartans with an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Maybe. They're going to get the corner kick. And actually, their only opportunities today have come from corner kicks. Down 2-0. Alexis Sassauer with her kick will try to change that. Sassauer in front of the net. Shot. Bounces over. Coming across and knocking that one was Jamie Goldfarb. But it took the high bounce and up and over the crossbar. About midway through this second period, it's 2-0 Rochester. Both goals, well, one goal in each period so far. Natalie Santangelo came 33 minutes into the first period, and then Grover about 13 minutes into the second period. Came quickly. Julia Flynn, nice job, far side defense. Maggie Storty will bring it out. DePino looks to midfield. Yellow Jackets will bring it back. Santangelo with it. Welker gets it back for Case Western. Spartans will reverse the field. Pushing the back. Case Western will keep it. That was Emma Cohen knocking down Abby Welker. This is Rischel. She'll have the ball on her foot. Pass picked midfield. That was Nagashima with good defense. Doherty having to make a decision. Will she come up? She will. Maggie quickly rolls it out. DePino midfield. And it's a yellow card. So Rischel is set up on top. Katie clears it, leads it, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds. Sassauer was over there. Couple of players in for the Yellow Jackets. Number 9, Sid Coggins, and number 13, Jordan Kowalkowski. Rochester up 2-0. Goal in the first period, goal in the second. Little spin kick by Abby Welker. "27 minutes gone in this second period. Grace Kuropakin will put the left foot into the ball, and here come the Yellow Jackets. Play at midfield. Soccer is such an interesting sport. Every contact, everybody screams for a foul. And the drama after contact sometimes, frankly, makes you chuckle. DePino with it for Case Western. Far side. Here comes Shama. Ball on her foot. Lead pass. With it is Welker. Abby, right side. And a nice steal by Rochester's Natalie May. Welker trying to get it back. Shama and Welker for Case Western. Shama working hard. Spartans going to have a kick. CC DePino will set it down just in front of the DiSanto Field marker. And CC on the ground near the net. Welker for a moment, looked like her shot was headed towards the goal. Doing a nice job, give her credit defensively for Rochester, was Claudia Ferreira. Ferreira, a defender, trying to keep her goalkeeper, Grace Kuropatkin, clean. This is Sassower, she'll kick it. Alexis with the corner kick. And here it comes. High in front of the net, and Kuropatkin went up and got it. All 5'11" of Grace Kuropatkin. 30 minutes gone in this second period. Kuropatkin will clear it. Julia Flynn trying to chase it down for the Spartans. She'll just clear it out, and Rochester will have the ball. Rochester came into today off a loss. They had lost to Carnegie Mellon at home, 2-0 on the season, 8-2-2 with that loss. Case Western came into today ranked 14th in the country. They came in and also off a loss, their first of the year. They lost to Emory 2-0 at Emory down in Atlanta on October 13th, so not long ago. Spartans on the year 7-1-4. So they start the first 11 games this year without a loss, and they are really in danger of losing now their second in a row. Down 2-0. The goal scored today by Rochester Santangelo. 32 minutes and 50 seconds into the first period, an unassisted goal. And then 12 minutes and 26 seconds into the second period, it was Grover with the goal and Cohen with the assist. Those are the two goals for Rochester, and that's the difference in the game right now. Rischel, Katie ball on her foot, brings it back to DePino. Cece right side to Shama. Shama, that just was a missed kick. She puts her hands on her forehead and she knows it. It has been a frustrating day for the Spartan soccer team. This is Sassower. Alexis, ball on her right foot. Controlling, looking to the middle. DePino now with it. Cece back to the far side. Julia Flynn still with it. Flynn in the corner. And the Yellow Jackets kick it out. So Julia will throw it in. Sassower with her back to the goal. Alexis looking for a teammate. Bannock up the field. DePino, it's over her head. 16:40 left in this game. Rochester in control, 2-0. So the Spartans in the next 16 minutes got to figure out a way to do something that they haven't been able to do in about 85 minutes, and that's score a goal. They have been held scoreless. It would now be in their last, 180 minutes. 3 full periods, and then, almost 34 minutes into this fourth one. Goldfarb and DePino trying to get it back for the Spartans. This is Shama with it. Welker. Sassower. Alexis. Little floater. Men's match will follow. It's Case Western and Rochester on the men's side coming up next at 1:30. Now in the game for Rochester, Sidney Holmes. Sidney Shank back in for the Spartans. Rochester with a steal. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Bravo, ball on her foot, lost it. Goldfarb took it. Blanche and Bravo. This is Bravo, far side. Kosis in the middle. Little floater near the goal. Oh, did it? No, it went over. Sidney Holmes just floated it up there. I mean, that was a question mark until the final moment. Rischel and Sassower. This is Sassower back to the middle of the field. Far side, left side. Great pass. Julia Flynn with it, left foot. And an easy save for Grace Kuropatkin. Flynn just didn't get enough on it. Almost 37 minutes gone in this final period. Rochester content with just controlling the soccer ball. They have controlled the match. Little turn and run. Sidney Shank far side. Sid still with the ball. Welker, midfield. Right side, Sassower. Alexis looking for a move or a pass, and great defense again by Claudia Ferreira. Claudia just puts everything in front of it. Went off her shoulder, I think her left shoulder, out of play. So the corner kick will come from Sassower. Alexis, the junior. In front of the net is teammate Sidney Shank. Shank wears 21. She is nearest to her teammate Sassower, but on the backside of Shank is an outstanding defender in Claudia Ferreira. A lot of activity in front of the net. There are bodies everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 Spartans and 5 Yellow Jackets right in front of Grace Kuropatkin. There's some discussion right now with one of the officials and the Rochester coach, Ashley Van Vechten. And I think we're about ready to go. And we are. Shama now in for the Spartans. Sassauer will kick it from the corner. Alexis' shot floats in front of the net. And a harmless floater goes up and over the goal. .11:45 left. Natalie Santangelo, one of 2 goals scored today, comes back in for Rochester. She'll replace her teammate Sid Coggins. Santangelo, 32 minutes and 50 seconds into that first period, scored her 6th goal of the year. It's one of 2, the only 2. Both by the Yellow Jackets. This is DePino with it for the Spartans. Cece to an open space. Sassauer tries to run it down, but Rochester's defense gets there first. That was Emma Cohn who cleared it. So DePino will throw it in. And we'll do it again. Welker. Grace Kuropakin with both hands stops that one. And clearing it out of play for Case Western was Kinsley Gutman. Clock stopped. Now it starts back again. 9:50 and counting. Spartans got to do something. They have got inside 10 minutes left to play. They are staring down at almost 200 minutes without scoring a goal right now. This is Sassauer with it. Alexis, their leading scorer. Spartans really have been unable to get by Claudia Ferreira. Ferreira in the back end doing a great job for the Yellow Jackets. She wears number 30. Sassauer left foot, midfield in front of the net. A little side kick, and it almost went in. I mean, Sydney Shank with a little, like, excuse me, backdoor shot that almost snuck by Grace Kuropakin. That was like a no-look kick. Looked right, kicked left. Holmes will control for Rochester. Shank's going to try to get it back. Holmes and Sassauer near sideline. Quick inbound for Rochester. Santangelo with the cross and a nice save in front of the net. Maggie Storty. Mackenzie Mueller controls, and the Yellow Jackets are going to get the control back. Abby Welker playing some defense for Case Western. Welker wears number 38. First-year player from Arlington, Virginia. Bodying up is Jamie Goldfarb right now for the Spartans on defense. Goldfarb got it back. Spartans trying to keep it. That pass will be picked by guess who? Claudia Ferreira. Schenk with it now for Case Western. Sassauer. Midfield. Ball movement. And then turning and letting it go are the Spartans. I'm not sure if Abby Welker caught a cleat or what happened, but Rochester's going to have it back. 6:20 left. Spartans down 2. It's 2-0. Yellow Jackets. This is Welker. Now DePino. Grace Kuropatkin, the senior in goal from Marshfield, Maine. Going to thunder into it with her left foot. Sydney Schenk trying to control it. Rochester will keep it. This is Holmes to an open space. Holmes kicked it into that space for Claire Grover, and Grover is one of the 2 Yellow Jackets that have a goal scored in this game. Rochester with a sub. Rhea Kunderan is back in for the Yellow Jackets. Holmes with it in the corner. Yellow Jackets remain in control. And we are now inside 5 minutes left in this game. DePino up the field to Sassauer. Alexis trying to find Welker. Abby trying to chase it down, and getting it first was Grace Kuropatkin. Both players down. Kuropatkin holding the right side of her forehead. Clock stopped at 4 minutes and 36 seconds. And the yellow card has come out. So there's going to be a yellow card on Abby Welker. And it took a long time for that card to come out. Kuropatkin in goal this year. In 12 games, she's played a lot of minutes. over 1,000 minutes in goal this year. She's only given up 8 in 12 games, and she's pitching a shutout so far this afternoon at DiSanto Field. If you look at the season and if you look at shutouts, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shutouts. Going into today. And she's going to be replaced by Marla Radicus. Radicus, a first-year goalkeeper out of Glastonbury, Connecticut. Radicus on the year has been in goal in 1 game. She was there 33 minutes and 32 seconds, had 2 saves, and did not give up a goal. Holmes with it. Her and Ferreira in that backfield for Rochester. Rischel trying to get it back. Holmes with it for the Yellow Jackets, left corner. Bravo fighting for the ball with the Yellow Jackets. Sassauer for Case Western. Ball in space. And the Spartans going to have it. Rischel up the field to Sassauer. Alexis turns, goes. Welker. Ball on her right foot. Trying to chase it down is Schenk. Sidney in the corner. Tough defense in that corner. Emma Cohen. Cohen, a senior out of Seven Hills High School in Cincinnati. 3:27 left. Schenk kicks it in front of the goal, and it goes harmlessly out of play. Remy Cherkis saw it, the Rochester defender. Nobody around, so she just let it go out of play. Here's Radicus. She'll kick it out. 3 minutes now left in this match. 2-0 Rochester. Throwing it in will be Sassauer. Schenk. Sidney with a defender on her hip. So Sassauer will kick it in the corner. Alexis, the junior. Sassauer's kick, front of the net. Back to the middle, shot up, blocked, and the Spartans will live to play again. They're going to get a corner kick opposite side, far side. 2 minutes left, 2:12 left. So Case Western down 2 goals, running out of time. Sassauer will do it again, far side of the field this time. Alexis's kick. DePino with a headshot that went up and over the crossbar. Gutman chases it down. Here come the Spartans. Bannock will bring it back to her goalkeeper. That's Maggie Storty. Storty reverses the field, and coming up with it is Katie Rischel. Rischel's got Sassauer on her right, goes to DePino. It's picked by Rochester. And the Yellow Jackets just content with clearing it out. Minute 11 left. It's 2-0 Rochester. Spartans, after starting the season with no losses in their first 11, are now staring at a 2-match losing streak. Lost to Emory 5 days ago, 2-0, and they are 52 seconds away from dropping their second 2-0 loss. DePino. And CC couldn't quite get to it. Marla Radicus doing a nice job. 28 seconds left. This one is about in the books. There will not be another play. And that is it. Rochester comes in and knocks off the number 14 team in the country. The Yellow Jackets improved to 9-2 on the year, 2-1 in University Athletic Association play, behind 2 goals this afternoon, one by Santangelo and the other by Grover. Natalie and Claire, their leading scorers, keep the pace. They score them both. They knock off the Spartans. Case Western has dropped 2 in a row. They dropped to 7-2-4 overall, and they are now winless in UAA play, 0-2-1. 2-0 your final from DiSanto Field. We'll take a timeout. The men, as you can see, have made their way to the field. They are warming up. That game in about 30 minutes. We'll be back.